I just built the most badass character in FPS games. You see, a lot of players have been saying that my game needs more speed, but instead of making this character faster, I decided to make something much worse. A character that's built around chaos, disruption, and confusion. Hence, give me a few minutes and I'll show you what happens when you turn control into a weapon. So I began thinking, what makes a badass character? Well, it ain't damage or unleashing hell onto the player with bullets. It's actually pressure, like stunning your enemies in a competitive shooter. It's satisfying not because of the damage, but because the player is helpless against you. That loss of control is way more frustrating than raw damage. So instead of building a damage dealer like this red robot, I built a character designed entirely around layered pressure. Let me show you how that works. This is where the chaos finally begins. First, I wanted to give this robot a poison bomb. I created this grenade, this explosion VFX, and also created this nice logo for it, and a bunch of programming. And boom! Now he can fire smoke bombs. The smoke bomb constantly deals damage to the player and slows the player's movements, meaning that if you get trapped in, you're in for a big ride. Since the enemy character just has this one poison bomb ability, it doesn't delete you instantly, but it forces you to move. If you think you can just camp in one spot, well, think again, cause you might have a poison bomb coming at you. Sounds overpowered, right? Well, don't worry, because here's where you come in. Since my game is Project Roy, the main focus is where you play as an AI that can hijack enemy robots. That means you get to play as this character too, but playing with just one ability isn't fun, right? Like, how are you supposed to defeat a swarm of them spamming smoke bombs at you? And how do you counter its badass playstyle? You do it by making the player even more badass. I decided to give the player 2 more abilities when you play as this character. First, an EMP ability. Bam! Fire an EMP and they all take a sweet nap. And by that time you just delete them. And the third ability, the clone, where you can spawn this little guy and he'll start beating the shit out of enemies, and is actually the only ally you'll ever have playing Project Roy. Of course I'm an ally too, but I don't fight. This character's name is Trickster, and you can unlock him while playing Project Roy in Chapter 1. I think he's a well done character, very fun, chaotic, and badass. And if you want to try Trickster, then hop on Steam and wishlist Project Roy. There's also a free demo. And if you want to follow Project Roy's development, make sure to subscribe. Bye bye!